NBA Experience grand opening celebration, and thank you for joining us here at this press event. So I would like to introduce the legends that are here on stage with me today. So first up, please welcome Aaron Jordan from the Orlando Magic.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic, welcome. We've got from the Indiana Pacers, please welcome Victor Oladipo. Welcome, Victor.
Hello.
WNBA legend Swin Cash, welcome Swin.
Legend.
From the Milwaukee Bucks, please welcome Brooke Lopez. And finally, I'm standing next to a legend, a little closer next to a legend. Please welcome Naismith Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Welcome everybody. So what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna ask everybody a few questions. I'll throw these questions out for everybody, and if I'm staring at you, that means you haven't answered the question. All right, so anybody can answer, just feel free to jump in. So once again, welcome to the celebration. And first of all, I'm gonna open it up with Aaron Gordon, Orlando Magic. You are a dunk master, right? And we have a lot of different experiences here. We got the dunk, we got the dribble, we got the shoot, and the slingshot. So what do you think you'd be best at here? What experience, besides the dunk?
With the popper shot. Is that on one of the answers? Yeah, I'm definitely going with the popper shot. I'm challenging anybody to pop a shot in here.
All right, very good. All right, anybody else? We got a couple different games. What are you thinking? What experiences?
Well, I might accept that challenge. I'm about twice the age of Aaron, and I've been doing pop a shot a lot longer, and that's all I can do at this point in my life. So I have young kids, that's what I've mastered. So when this is over, we might have to go over there, friendly little battle. Yeah, I'm gonna be right there too.
I actually think I would go for the slingshot, just because I like to throw darts, and I feel like if you have that kind of skill set, it kind of works. Yeah, it translates pretty well. So,
all right.
Yeah, and the NBA experience is for everybody, right? So you don't have to know how to shoot a basketball, but if you're pretty good at pulling that slingshot back, you might get a basket or two.
Yeah, well, I think all kids have done that with water balloons, right? So you can just switch it to a basketball. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, what about you, Brooke? What about you?
I mean, with the way my career's gone, I'm just going to be in here shooting from back here on that hoop all day. That's all Coach Bud tells me to do now, so I'm just going to be shooting.
Sounds like a good plan. All right, let's talk about the experience. This is very good. A lot of people showed up for this amazing, one-of-a-kind. This is a collaboration with Disney and the NBA. What made you attend this grand opening? What stuck out to you, made you want to attend?
I mean, for me personally, I'm an NBA player, but I'm also a huge, big Disney fan. I think all these guys know that, so I called my agent when I found out about this place. I told him I had to be here, so I wasn't really invited. I forced my way into this event.
I mean, I live here in Orlando. I've been here on and off for 20 years, and so I've seen Disney Springs and sort of how it's evolved, and sort of the fact that it is for families. You got young people, you got older people, you got all types of people from all over the world who come here to enjoy, to eat, to have fun, to experience Disney. And so to have the NBA experience here is really important, and just knowing how impactful this will be and how great it is for the NBA. But most importantly, great for those customers who get a chance to come from all over the world and come here and enjoy themselves and really take it all in and enjoy this experience. So I live right down the road, so I was invited, sorry Brooke, but I'm glad I was, and I'm glad I've had a chance to take part in this.
And I think for me, I was here the last few days with the Junior NBA Global Championships. We had youth basketball from around the world, and so to have that experience, I was scheduled to leave before I found out about this NBA experience grand opening, and I just had to extend my stay to be here. One, because I have a 2-year-old son that I know would love to just kind of be in here, but also to see the fans and interact. And a lot of times with the game, we don't get to be up close and personal. We're going from city to city, but to see the fans really excited to come in and experience this and see some of the players and legends that are here, it's been very impactful for me. And I love the fact that it's not only the NBA experience, but you also have the WNBA as well. We have a lot of young girls, and they get to experience and see the women of the game as well.
Thank you. Victor?
I still actually have a house here in Dr. Phillips. I played here, 3 years ago? For 3 years, my first 3 years here. So I know what it feels like, to come to Disney and share that experience of Disney. I tell everybody all the time, it's a piece with Disney characters and Disney because it reminds you when you were a little kid. Life was a lot more simple back then. You kind of woke up and everybody made sure your life was easy. So when you would sit down and you would watch those cartoons and those moments, it gave you a piece. Those characters gave you hope. So to be able to come back here and share that experience with what I love and do every day, it's amazing. I say all the time, fans make our game. And all they want to do is interact with us in any way possible. So for them to come out here and share the experience and do the things that we do on a normal basis, it's something that when they come to this experience, they'll always remember. That's why it's for everyone. Because everyone, no matter what age you are, you can come in here and share the experiences that we do every day. And it'll show you that, man, maybe one day I could be just like them. So that's what it's all about.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's very good. And the next question I was going to ask is, do you wish you had an experience like this when you were kids? To find out like where did you get your inspiration? Yeah.
What? Where did I get my inspiration? It's hard to say, man. Basketball is. I say it all the time. For us up here, basketball is more than just a sport. Like it's everything we want and more. Like I tell everybody all the time, basketball was the first thing I ever fell in love with before a human being, before any other girl or anything like girlfriend, anything. It was basketball. So all the experiences that I share in basketball, I try to relate it to everything else. It's a little harder than I expected, but for the most part, it's similar. So if I had something like this when I was little, oh man, I would have been here every day.
Aaron, how do you feel about that? Something like this for young kids growing up, not only can you play different types of games, but you can also match up your skill level to current players. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so interactive, man. So it gives kids the confidence they need to feel like they can be one of us from the, if we can do it, they can do it too. So it's just a really immersive, creative thing that kids can come and have fun and really enjoy themselves and see what it's like to be an NBA player for a day. Shoot, get your game on like this court right here.
Real court.
It's dope, man. It's dope.
That's a real NBA three over there.
That's what I'm saying. And you got the people in the background, because dealing with the crowd and dealing with the fans to see what we have to deal with every single night.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful experience. It's going into my 6th year in Orlando, and the love that Disney has provided our organization itself, all the love. Fans with that, I'm really just trying to reciprocate that, and it's lovely out here, man. It really is.
One of the funny things was watching Victor over there trying to get that crowd hype. So you were really trying to get him to jump up and down. That was really fun. Now, let's talk about this. Swin, you talked about the slingshot, all right? So let's say to everybody, let's say you got to pick 2 teammates to play the slingshot and try to win and get the most points. What 2 teammates would you pick to do the slingshot challenge?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's for everybody, too.
Yeah, but right now, see, there's certain things from a basketball standpoint. If you're asking me for a shootout, then I know who shoots the ball well, and I would pick them. Mm-hmm. But for something like that, I may go with a teammate that's ultra competitive. Maybe not the best shooter, but if you're going to compete, you got to go really fast with it, too, and be accurate. I don't know. I'm not going to say anybody. I don't want to pick enemies.
All right, good call. And we got the media here. But you broke it down to a science. I like that. You broke it down to a science. Anybody want to go on record thinking what 2 teammates you would pick to try to get the most points?
You mean current or just?
Anybody, yeah.
Well, I'm getting Kareem. I don't know. He knows how to put the ball in the basket, so he's going to figure that out.
I played 19 years, so I played with a lot of people. I think I'll go with one of my former teammates that unfortunately I didn't play a lot with, Tracy McGrady, here in Orlando. And then I'll go with Steve Nash. Those were 2 competitive guys who could put the ball in the basket as well as anybody.
Victor, you got something? You like you're thinking down there? Anybody, yeah, not even playing anymore, maybe.
I mean, I play with Russ, so I know how competitive he is. I would definitely pick him as one, and then I would pick a sharpshooter after that. So whoever is out there who I think is competitive and that's a sharpshooter, I would pick them. So
Okay.
currently on my team, Doug McDermott probably is the best 3-point shooter we have right now. So
Oh, okay. Grant's nodding. He agrees with that.
I think I'm gonna pick the guys that have kids on the team because they're playing games all day.
that's smart. Yeah. I'm gonna have to change mine now.
T-Ross and DJ, they got kids. All they do is play little games.
Right.
Yeah. I think we'll be all right.
Anybody with an Xbox or PlayStation. Okay, well, I'm going to ask you one more question, then we'll open it up to the media for their questions. So we're here at Walt Disney World. So we're going to go down the line, starting with you, Aaron. We're going to talk about who's your favorite Disney character and why. Think about that one.
It comes down to either Mickey or Goofy.
All right,
Between
okay.
those two.
Man, I can't pick one, man. That's nonsense. I'm being so serious. Like, the beauty of Disney is that they all are unique and they all are different, but they all are special. That's what's so amazing about the stories and the way they were written is that they all come from different backgrounds, they all have different meanings, but they all are still special. It almost gives you that hope that you don't have to be exactly like someone else in order to be a special human being. So I can't pick one. It would be nonsense for me.
That's good. Yeah, good answer. So I'm going to let you off the hook. Good answer. Swin?
It's difficult. I mean, there's so many different characters. I think when I was younger, a lot of the characters weren't here. I'm not old, I'm seasoned, so. So I used to love, obviously, Cinderella, but I think now one of my favorite characters would be, I think, Princess Tiana. And I think because I see the way that my nieces were able to see themselves in her and fall in love with her. So I think that'll probably be one of my favorites, just because of how it's touched and how everything's evolved.
Yeah, you got to see the magic through the eyes of your nieces. Yeah. How about you, Brooke?
I'm actually a big Tigger guy.
Okay.
I like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. He's not really like me at all. Like, especially from a basketball perspective, like my game's really predicated on staying on the floor and being attached to the floor as much as possible. And Tigger's known for his bouncing and leaping ability, so I admire that. You know, I think he'd be a great player and a great dunker as well.
And finally, Grant? Favorite character and why?
I think for me, I came to Disney when I was 6 or 7, so back in the 70s, and here in Magic Kingdom, and took a picture with Goofy. And so, and I could kind of relate. I was tall, I had big ears, kind of goofy, a little awkward, so that was someone who I've always enjoyed. And I get to see him now with my kids, you know, the fact that there's more characters now and so on and so forth, but Goofy has a special place in my heart.
All right, well, thank you for sharing. Okay, so now we're going to open it up to the media. What's going to happen is you're going to raise your hand, and Melanie has a microphone. So if you raise your hand, she's going to bring the microphone to you. You can ask the question. And we ask that you try to keep your questions to the event that happened today. So if you have any questions, go ahead and raise your hands. We'll get you a microphone.
Somebody has Vic, AG. 75 million visitors a year come to Orlando. Most of them come to Disney. How can this help grow the NBA, the game, the name of the league?
I mean, I think the game is obviously a global game now, and there's still opportunity for growth. And as you said, so many people from all over the world come to Orlando and come to Disney specifically. And so to continue to touch those customers, to gain new followers, to give those visitors this type of experience will only endear them, I think, to the great players that are in our league and what the league is about. So I think obviously from a business standpoint, I think it's smart, it makes total sense, it's a great partnership, a great union. And I think that there's still opportunity for growth, still opportunity for this game to continue to touch people all over the globe. I know, NBA Africa now, they're rolling out a whole new league over there and growing the league. NBA, I know India is another country that the NBA is improving its presence in. So it's exciting. It's exciting. I was thinking earlier with the question that was asked, and when I was a kid, the only real information you got about the NBA was sometimes in the paper, in the Washington Post, you get the box score of the game, and then you'd get the box score from 2 nights before on the West Coast games. And then occasionally there was a Sports Illustrated article or a Sport Magazine article, but really you only got information on your local team, the Washington Bullets. And as I was falling in love with basketball, you were starving for information. And now, obviously, the internet and social media and all that's changed, but the great thing about Disney and the great thing about this Disney experience is that you really get to feel. When you come to Disney, you feel the spirit of Disney. And I think you get to feel what the NBA is about and what it embodies by coming in here and going through this exhibit. So I think it's a win-win, and I think it will have a significant impact globally on customers and those who come through in stores. Sorry for that long-winded answer.
Hi, Alicia Jessup with The Athletic. Victor, I saw you talking to Mr. Iger on stage. Can this experience create more media opportunities? We see people like LeBron James and Steph Curry creating very successful production companies. Can you envision this partnership helping some of your peers enter the media landscape?
I don't see why not. I mean, as athletes, we have to use our resources, I feel like, and you have to be smart about it. Aaron Gordon being here is phenomenal, seeing as how he plays for the Orlando Magic, one, so he's a representation of the city's team, and he's here showing that he cares about the NBA experience, right? So, I mean, it's a chain reaction. You just got to use your head. I mean, at the end of the day, I can say when I first got in the league, I wasn't that smart. I just wanted to play basketball. I didn't think there was anything else that involved growing as a human being other than playing the game of basketball. When you have certain things that happen to you in your career, you slowly but surely realize that it's way more than that. So if you use your resources like this NBA experience and coming out here and being with the commissioner, being with other athletes, being with legends, Hall of Famers, then maybe you can create a chain reaction not only in what you do every day, but in your life. So, yes, to answer your question.
Hey, Aaron Gordon, this is Preston Ellis, Bleacher Report. I'm over here. Being an ambassador to both Junior, NBA Global, and being at events like this, it presents yourself as a role model, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. What about these events really drew you in and made you want to be a part of them?
Hey, I guess I just think back to when I was a kid. We were all kids, and just trying to pursue a dream. Disney is really what dreams are made of, and the NBA as well. So you put these two together, it really is. This is just a beautiful experience. As far as being a role model, I'm 23, so I got a lot to learn myself. But I do the best to show kids that if you have courage, confidence, and compassion in yourself, then you can achieve a lot of different things. So, just taking it a day at a time, I guess.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for your question. How about another round of applause for them being here again today? Thank you very much for being here. And we invite you, thanks for joining us at the press conference. Be sure to visit the content locations and enjoy the NBA experience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in live this morning. Oops, wait a minute. Tuning in live this morning. I think because of the way things are set up today, I'm probably not going to do a lot of continuous live, but what I will do is I'll be sharing a lot of the experiences on my Instagram and Facebook stories. So make sure you check out the WWE Radio Facebook page. I'll try and share them in the Box People group as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.